opinions on the On the Air with Mike Allen show do not reflect the views and opinions of any other content on Fort Kick-Ass Productions. The following has mature content. Have fun.
All right, welcome. After being out in the pandemic-strewn wasteland, hey, Hallie from Texas, we're up on TikTok. We got things going here. I am absolutely fantastic. I am not sick. I am not at least sick physically. I might be sick mentally. We don't know. Kind of digging Patty's porn stash over here. We'll get into that. Chuck Licata had a great show before this one, sports-related show, and I hope you guys are tuning in every week for that. That's on right before our show here. And I'll tell you what, Mad Mike's in here.
We're going to do some ASMR of me eating pad thai.
The what?
We're going to do some ASMR of me eating pad thai during this show.
Pad thai?
Yeah,
Is that what we're going to do?
You're welcome for this. This is, for all my fans out there, all probably -2 of them. I'm just going to...
So what are we digging in here?
I already said it's motherfucking pad thai. Yeah, here's a jalapeno and some meats. Yeah. You like that?
That just looks amazingly disgusting right there.
It's good as fuck.
Again.
Yeah, it's good. No, this is a big-ass chunk of tofu, because I'm going vegan.
Yeah, you're going
As
vegan.
there's a piece of steak cut to
You're
it.
going vegan.
Yeah.
There's nothing about you that's vegan.
Yeah.
Why are you eating tofu?
Yeah.
I like fried tofu. Shit's good as fuck. No, it's just, fried tofu's good.
Can you open the mountains of Ismar from YouTube?
Probably.
Probably.
No, you.
I don't know. Who
Anyway,
knows?
yeah, so I think we all had very eventful weekends this weekend. It was pretty good.
Yeah, what did you do this weekend?
I watched people get blackout drunk.
And you didn't invite me?
Where did you see that at?
Over at Katie's house. Yeah. And then I also had the misfortune because my cousin likes to play very cruel pranks on me, right? Mm-hmm. And as you all know, I'm pretty lactose intolerant.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
So she made,
Oh, yeah, he blew it up.
she made dessert that was super dairy rich, knowing that on the way home it would cause intestinal distress and
Did you
I
have
spent
to
a
pull
good
over?
part of yesterday shitting. I was scared to fart because it was just it was probably one of the worst things I've literally had to walk around the house like Clint butt cheek.
Oh, I know. I watched you waddle like a king penguin.
It was terrifying. So then I went and drank a half a bottle of Pepto, and that kind of had the opposite effect because today I gave birth to a cinder block, which might have been possibly because of dehydration because it was hot today, and maybe the fact that I drank a half a bottle of Pepto.
Yeah,
So it was definitely different colors, which leads me to believe part of it was Pepto.
probably infected.
No, it's Pepto. It was pretty good.
I had Captain Crunch Berries over the weekend, a lot of it, because I was on vacation. And, dude, my poop has been blue since yesterday.
I'm really mad. My poop's been normal.
Jeez.
I want blue poop.
And it's a little bit surprising the first time you see it and, you don't realize it's because of the Crunch Berries. And Captain
You think
Crunch
it might be the
Berries.
Ronas? The Ronas crawled up your butt?
What is going on? I was like, I know I was drinking
I got it.
Galveston
I got
water,
it.
but damn.
Yeah, whenever I see my little pooplets, different colors, it's usually, it's a cause of alarm. Also, I don't eat raisins because I think they look like little fruit pooplets, and I find them absolutely disgusting. Fun fact about me. Raisins suck.
What happened to you,
Craisins for life.
Sky Marshal? Hopefully nothing came out your ass that didn't have to.
Yeah,
Wait, just to touch on that,
my
sorry,
my
Leland,
shits
just-
did look like Skittles. So
Well, you can judge a lot by your, you can judge your health a lot based off your poop.
Oh, yeah, it's all in your poo. That's why they asked for a stool. so
my
you have to put it in
my
hospital.
poo looks
Everything
like
comes
shit.
down
I
to
mean
poo,
that's
right?
that's
Everything comes down to poo.
Well, Friday I shot a political commercial, which we're going to have to completely reshoot because the client didn't like it. And then Saturday I
Or
went.
did they change their views?
Did they switch parties? What?
No. They hardly switch parties. It does involve a bullshit gag, but we have to reshoot it. So, anyway, Saturday I actually went out to Marlin, Texas, and location scouted for a potential documentary. And Marlin, you could say, is the town that time forgot. It's very, it's just
Like from the 50s, 40s,
20s.
20s.
20s through the 50s.
Road trip.
I have a question. Is Marlin, Texas, anywhere close to Brando, Texas?
He could have been a contender. Well,
It took y'all like a good 3 seconds to figure that joke out.
but they have this amazing fried chicken place.
Oh, dude, I love fried chicken.
Oh, they have this amazing. You can just
Tell me about it.
You can when you eat the fried chicken, you can taste your arteries thickening up. That's how amazing.
good fried
This
chicken
is
right
some
there, man.
amazing fried chicken.
It's an amazing fried chicken.
Did it come with waffles?
It didn't have waffles, but it
Didn't
had
come with waffles.
but it had rolls and it had the most amazing
I don't give a shit
French
about that.
fries, which were just completely doused in lard. It was absolutely amazing.
Anytime I go to a place and they have chicken and waffles, I have to get the chicken and waffles. In fact, I judge a place based off of how
Based on
well
chicken and waffles.
they do
yeah.
their chicken and waffles.
So
And
how
and
are
whether
the
they
IHOP
use-
chicken and waffles?
And whether they use
Eh.
real syrup or brown sugar syrup.
Or, yeah, some maple syrup.
How are Chili's
And-
waffles?
Oh, Chili's is chicken and waffles.
No, see, all right. So if we're gonna get into this, it's gonna take some time. All right. So IHOP's chicken and waffles are pretty generic. It's like, yeah, I got some chicken
It's
tenders
freaking
and I
IHOP.
got some waffles. Whatever. It's an international house of pancakes, not the international house of chicken and waffles.
Yeah.
Chili's chicken and waffles, their batter for the waffles is like a cake batter. And
Yeah.
then the chicken is already doused in like this honey chipotle. So like it gives me a headache and a stomach ache. It's good. It's good taste, nice mouthfeel, good textures. But it's just too sweet, you know? So
Yeah. It's got that
Yeah.
that spicy sweet thing going on. Yeah.
yeah. The best chicken and waffles that I've had is off of at Brickhouse Tavern. It was good. Actually, I take that back. Best chicken and waffles that I've ever had wasn't even chicken and waffles. It was fried quail and waffles, and it was at Little Darling, and that was slamming.
Nice.
Because they had like a pickled maple
Yeah.
glaze or whatever
Yeah.
that had like pickled jalapenos in it. Oh man, it was a perfect like savory, tangy,
Oh, now
sour,
I just
sweet.
ate and I'm hungry.
And then yeah, it's a fried quail. So like,
Okay, so this is what I propose. I propose that when things calm down, and we all have a little bit of time, that we have an OTA road trip to one of these places to have chicken and waffles. Record the whole thing for a bit, and we'll bring
Yes.
it back here and broadcast. What do you think?
Well, we should also do
We down?
can it be an ASMR?
And can we also do an OTA road trip to the
You're gonna have to tell me
Amarillo
what an
Big Texan
ASMR is.
Steakhouse?
Oh yeah, this is good stuff.
What's an ASMR?
It's just like from crispy from the waffles. It's just like you can just hear the.
Okay, I'm gonna have to Google
knife.
this since no one's telling me what the frick ASMR
It's
is.
just
Can we also do our OTA road trip to the Big Texan Steakhouse in Amarillo? And Mad Mike and I can do the.
Autonomous sensory meridian response.
I'm down for a 7.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
That's an ASMR.
Yeah, it's just like sensual.
Sometimes audio
hearings.
sensory median response, a tingling sensation that typically begins in the scalp and moves down the back of the neck and the upper spine. A pleasant form of paresthesia.
Yeah,
It has been
little bit some
compared with.
paresthesia.
Sounds like a seizure to me.
No, you know those little things from like what's it called Brookshire, not Brookshire, not Barnes and Nobles either. They probably had Barnes and Nobles. But it
Brookstone.
was like a little wire thing that go on your head, whatever.
Yeah, I can't do it, man.
No.
I
And
can't.
it's just like
Tickles the crap out of me. I can't do it.
And then today,
It makes my head itch.
before
that's nice.
before we did both shows, I actually went up in a Cessna 172. And the story behind that is, you know how when they say when you're younger, don't meet strangers on the internet and go into a vehicle the next day? Well, that's exactly what I did. And I perused the pilot forums on Facebook, and
So you got into a plane with somebody you didn't know?
yeah, exactly.
Okay, your mother and I had a talk about this.
No, you didn't.
We told you not to do that.
No, you didn't. You would because you would not have your hearing at this point. But anyways,
Damn.
All right, one of the things that I
Okay, one thing.
What?
The last time I heard of like Americans randomly getting into airplanes, it did not end well. Like the Iranian hostage crisis, all the hostage crises in Europe. Do not get into airplanes with strangers, Leland.
It's
That is
full-
malo.
it was 4 hours.
Malo.
It was
muy bad.
It was 4 hours in my logbook. I mean,
and that could have been 4 hours of you turning into a hostage
It could
in
have been
Mexico.
180 days of us trying to get you back.
Yeah. Well, I eat pad
We
thai.
don't negotiate with terrorists.
No, absolutely not.
no, you would just do the whole OTA. Just
I mean, it would
Go
have
in there
made.
with-
We could have just, got in contact with these people that did the stealing of Leland and be like, "Hey, can you record this so we can put it
so
on
can
our
you use it?
YouTube show later?"
Can we use this footage? Do we have? All right.
What we
you
would
guys would
do
just say,
is
"Yeah,
get-
you can keep them."
What we would do is get one of those flatbed tow trucks.
Yeah.
And then drive haul ass in front of Davis's Explorer, right towards the plane, and like, what's this? What's this dust on the horizon? Why is there a tow truck out there coming? And then I slam on the brakes in front of Davis's Explorer, and he launches his Explorer into the side of the plane as a rescue mission.
I see where you're going with this.
And then he drives off into the
I like it.
sunset because it's a shit box anyway, and it's
Yeah.
gonna be able to drive. So
Yeah.
And
Then we'll.
and
then
if
we'll-
this was
then
it
we'll
has a new bumper, so it's
then
good to
we'll
go.
swing.
and
then
if
we'll
this
swing
was
by
Austin
Rental
Bergstrom
Park.
International Airport, they wouldn't realize
Then
what
we'll swing
happened for
by
about an
Rental
hour.
Park and pick up some new parts and slap them on the way home.
Davis would get a dog fight kill tag on the side of his Explorer.
All right. Through this whole COVID mess, I'm sure all of you have been inundated with information and news from around the internet telling you we're going to die, telling us that we're going to all have our lungs exploded, whatever. But also in the news, we have some really cool news stories. And here's one that I found on the credible news site Gumshoe News. George H.W. Bush, George I, executed by military tribunal.
Oh shit!
We heard reports that Senator John McCain, this was filed by D. McClashland. Anyway, we heard reports that Senator John McCain was executed by order of a military tribunal. October 9th, 2018, G5 wrote, John McCain was executed. McCain was questioned by the military. He lived up to his code name of Songbird, but had nothing to offer beyond what was already known. He was subsequently executed, the Espionage Act of Military Tribunal, by lethal injection, well hidden by the issue of age and illness.
Interessante.
G5 has called the writer of this article about an hour ago, informing him that George H.W. Bush was also executed by military tribunal. His CIA code name was Timberwolf, derived from the mongrel dog, and it was called Poppy for saving the poppy fields of Afghanistan. I asked about his source. He indicated that it was direct from the original. He was going to write it up in more detail soon, but this is what was told. So we have, a couple of layers of he said, she said, which is totally credible.
Love that.
George H.W. Bush was indicted and charged on money laundering, conspiring to violate the Logan Act, human trafficking, and racketeering under the RICO Act. He pled guilty. The backup charges were his involvement in the assassination of JFK, Project Hammer of 9/11. The 9/11 charge involved the estimated 240 billion covert government securities that were to mature on the 12th September of 2001. President Trump signed the execution order, allegedly saying, "God may have mercy on him, we will not."
God, Emperor Trump has spoken.
Sometimes he's going to die, sometimes he's not going to die. That's my phone beeping.
Hey man, we're trying to run a show.
I'm trying to run a professional
Yeah,
show
what the
here,
fuck,
man.
dude? Yeah, good job.
So that was
Well, at
one
least
story.
now we know where one of those
There's an
insistent
update,
beeping
9
is coming.
September 2018.
Yeah. Update me, Daddy.
I heard that some find it difficult to believe that McCain and George W. Bush were executed. As I told Dee, the audience is specifically for deep state. Others don't understand it.
So who got whacked first, the Bush or McCain?
McCain did.
So there was further on bushwhacking.
All right. Now I had the cast.
Well,
I put
you
out
just
the
beat
call.
you just beat up around the bush now, didn't you? No.
Four thumbs
All right, I put a call out to the cast to also come up with some great stories. Does anybody else come up with anything?
Shit. Patrick did.
Patrick did.
What?
So this one right here comes courtesy of Aaron. He posted this article, I think last week, and it says coronavirus found in semen. Can it be sexually transmitted? Ladies everywhere worry about getting facials. So it says. If,
It's in Forbes.
yeah, it's in Forbes, so it's
in Forbes.
true,
That's credible, right?
It says
Forbes.
Yeah, so it says coronavirus was found in semen of recovering and acute male COVID-19 patients in a small study conducted in January and February in China, though it remains unknown, according to CDC, whether the disease can be transmitted sexually.
So- I'm going to start mailing my socks to the CDC.
So it says in the study originally published on JAMA Network Open and conducted in Shanghai, China, 6 patients, 15.8% of 38 COVID-19 positive males had the virus in their semen. 4 of those men with COVID-19 in their semen were at the acute stage of infection, while the other 2 had already recovered. So they recovered, and it was still in their baby juice.
Yeah.
The research neither confirms nor denies whether the virus can be sexually transmitted. Researchers did not follow up with the participants to determine the duration of the coronavirus in their semen and whether the men had spread it to their sexual partners. On the contrary, let's do a quick scroll.
So you've heard it here probably like second or third, but viruses are stored in the balls.
Yes.
100%. Like I could store the COVIDs in my nutsack for later, so I could pump it into poor unknowing socks in the future.
Those poor socks.
Dude, I'm gonna now that I know this, like the CDC, like you watch out. You're gonna be getting sticky socks from all over the
So are we
nation.
going to have a shortage on socks now? Is that what the?
No,
is that
I'm just
where
gonna
we're
go.
going?
I will literally go spend a whole paycheck in socks,
Socks
just
and
to turn them
tissues.
into little crusty. Why would I get tissues? I already have socks for that, dude.
Fair
Who
point.
uses tissues?
I don't know, but
Yeah.
apparently it's a thing.
That's why. Hey, you know what? That's why we were short tissues.
Into the show here.
That's why we were short on tissues. Everybody knew they were going to be locked up in the house with internet.
Is that why they all bought toilet paper?
Ooh. And that's why they're being told to wash their hands more often.
Just ejaculate into your hand like an adult.
That's what I did this morning.
Yeah, and then you wash your hands afterwards.
Hey,
No.
He hasn't gone
I have-
blind yet.
I've heard that the salt content in semen fluid helps with hair growth. I'm just saying. I heard
Give me a week, we'll find out.
That explains the nose hair.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna need y'all to just contribute. Just make sure you aim for the top of my head.
Oh, yeah.
Particularly the crown.
Wait a minute. Did a cast member on this show just offer to be the center of a bukkake?
I think Mike did, yes.
Again, guys, just 30 minutes of this show.
Oh, yeah.
I walked us in with a little ASMR, but
Hey, you chose the path now. We're walking it. You chose the path.
Wash your hands.
we don't talk about this anymore.
I'm not washing my hands. I'm gonna be proudly wiping them on somebody's head instead now.
Scalp massage.
Let's see what other. Let's see. I'm just gonna type in.
All right, back
Here's one for you. Here's one for you, Patty. A new study in the University of Washington has left local pet owners with mixed emotions after scientists confirmed that their beloved pet cats cannot spread the COVID-19 virus, but definitely would knowingly and willingly do so if given the option.
So don't have sex with your cats.
While previous studies confirmed that felines are susceptible to contracting the COVID-19, their species apparently suffers no ill effects and does not present a risk as a disease vector. That being said, those little fuckers definitely would infect each and every one of us if they could.
Look, they survived.
I'm just reading the article. This is off of the needling.com.
If they survive Joe Exotic, they will survive COVID.
We have witnessed common household cats exhibit unique behavior that we believe is an attempt to deliberately spread the contagion. Feline subjects were observed coughing onto their humans' toothbrushes, prolonging lapses in normal paw hygiene, and rushing out to greet delivery workers before showering their owners with what cat wants you to believe is affection. The study's conclusion was clear. Your cat wants you to contract COVID-19.
Yeah,
Frickin'
cats suck.
Cats.
Cats are stupid.
That's
My
what,
cat-
that's
that's
why
what
we
all
don't have
cat
a,
owners say,
That's
that
why we
their
don't have a
cat's
cat.
awesome.
Yeah, I'd say your cat is pretty cool because she's a fat, lazy piece of shit who's scared of mockingbirds.
That's not a cat.
Yeah, it's mostly a hamster.
That's why we have a radar cam instead of a cat cam.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say no to a cat cam. Just depends on what kind of kitties.
Oh my goodness,
Oh, my
no.
God.
Bad. Yeah, see, and this is why they were
What did
worried.
you just say? I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. But
So, long story short, your cats can get coronavirus. Do not put them with your spermatids, Patrick.
Yeah, don't cover your cat in sperm.
Yeah, no go. Do not do that.
don't do that.
Yeah. I'm gonna shit in your litter box.
You know, all these conspiracy theory websites, and
We're talking
They have,
about
like, a
real news
shit
over
ton
here.
of-
Like, bring up that Elon Musk thing that you just had. That dude, Elon Musk,
That
does
guy's
not give a
going
fuck.
He doesn't care.
No, he straight up told California, like, what are you gonna do? Shut down Tesla? I'll fuck your mom.
well,
Literally, like Elon
well, it's
Musk
like
is
he
like,
got permission from the state to open up, so he was like, "Well, I'm going to do it anyway." And then what
Yeah.
was it, the governor or the mayor or whatever was like, "Well, you can't do that because I say so."
and he was like,
No, I can.
I can.
Yeah.
I literally can.
I can pretty much do whatever the hell I want.
Do what
Yeah.
I want. And if people want to show up to work, they can show up to work.
I'm goddamn Elon Musk. I'm taking NASA to the moon again, bitch. What are you gonna say to me, California?
Yeah,
Ugh.
hey, you know our American astronauts that are on the space station right now? First time in 11 years that they went up not on a Soyuz spacecraft
Yeah,
from Russia.
suck it, Russia.
Yeah.
Elon Musk land. You know what I'm saying? Rename, just give NASA to
Oh,
Elon Musk.
and you know the rockets he used came back and landed so they can be reused again.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
a bad ass mom. Huh.
yeah, that's
like
what I'm saying.
sometime last year, Russia had a nuclear missile like explode.
So
Or a nuclear rocket explode. No, like nothing's wrong. Don't
yeah,
worry.
this is fine.
nothing
Whatever.
this year.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know, man. My Geiger counter's going
Yeah.
off the charts right now. You sure?
No,
It's like
we've
alien
got
positive.
small problem. Maybe in 20 years you see HBO special on it.
Yeah, don't worry. It's fine.
Don't
it
worry.
only fell in Chechnya. They all suck anyway. I crushed them with BMP.
Just like your Georgia, we don't care about ours either.
No, like, I'm just like, you know, I'm all about privatizing the government and NASA. Just sell to Elon Musk for like $20.
Yeah.
Done.
$20.
Dude,
Yeah.
yeah, imagine Elon NASA.
Yeah, absolutely.
It would be badass. NASA,
NASA.
Musk. Elon Musk.
NASA Musk. I like that.
He doesn't even need NASA. He's building his own rocket ships. I mean, the Dragon successor is called the Starship, and it's gonna be fully reusable.
Dude, him and Jeff Bezos are going to be like the equivalent to Wayland Core here in like
No,
30 years.
Yeah.
to-
They're gonna have, like,
Elon
colonial
Musk
space
is Tony
marines.
Stark, and Jeff Bezos is Lex Luthor. Even looks like Lex Luthor. It's
You
like
know, Lex Luthor was a bad guy, right?
I know. Jeff
according-
Bezos is a bad guy.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos is a bad guy because he created a way for people to exchange goods and services on the internet using and hiring thousands upon thousands of people. Amazon during this whole thing.
Hundreds of thousands.
Amazon during this whole thing laid off no one, shut down nothing, and delivered more goods than any other service in the world ever.
Other
I have
idea.
like damn near same
Privatize,
day delivery for groceries.
privatize the Department of
you.
Transportation, part of Amazon. Privatize it.
I'm telling you.
$20. Don't give a shit.
$20.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
Be
Now-
like,
now-
DOT,
We're
we
just
don't need
writing
you
checks
anymore.
that don't mean shit,
called,
adding to the debt. $20 ain't $20. You know?
Yeah.
Just fuck it.
Like, who gives a fuck? Do you know what?
He has become the world's first trillionaire.
Yeah. And that dude is probably like told his wife, like, you got half my money a while ago. I don't give a fuck, broke bitch. He's like, I'm Jeff goddamn Bezos. Between me and my boy, elongated muskrat, we're going to fucking Mars. Like, I'm sorry.
Colonizing Mars. Fuck this place.
Yeah.
I was gonna take you guys, but you
I'm
guys are all
opening
being
up
mean to me, so I'm
Yeah.
going by myself.
Yeah.
I'm opening up a distribution center on the moon.
Yeah. Guess what? We're about to have packages launched to your anus today.
Yeah, same lunar cycle delivery, bitch.
Amazon.
We're already sending stuff to Mars before anybody even gets there.
He just sent an army up there and took over whatever the Nazis built on the other side. And he's like,
Yeah.
this is mine now.
Dude, the fact that there's like a Tesla in fucking orbit right now is still like absolutely
No, it's on its
baffling.
way to Mars.
Yeah, whatever.
To orbit Mars.
Yeah, space Tesla,
Sweet.
badass. I'm just
They
waiting.
better have left like an 8-track of David Bowie's Space Odyssey in there.
Either that or the heavy metal soundtrack. So when it eventually goes to Mars, I want to hear Radar Rider by Riggs playing, just like and like, you know, here's like Elon Musk flies over there and he's like holding like an American flag, but the stars and stripes are replaced with
And a
dicks.
not flamethrower on the
Yeah,
other.
not a flamethrower. He's like, gotta provide stabilization. Me and my kid Kyle over here.
You know, I saw an interesting interview with Elon where apparently the old astronauts, Buzz before he died and everything, didn't like him and actually
Yeah.
said that what he was doing was
Risky and stupid.
risky and stupid, and you know all that. And what's
Okay,
really
Buzz.
what's
I'm
really
sorry, but
well, what's really
It's not
telling
my
about
fault
Elon
I didn't
Musk
have a whole bunch of Nazi
is-
scientists.
is you would think somebody in that position would basically have our attitude. Well, fuck you. And
Yeah.
his reaction tells me everything I need to know about the man. And I think he's not only going to get us back to the moon, but I think he is going to be. What was the doctor in Star Trek that discovered the?
Spock.
No. I'll have to go back and look.
You're talking about the episode when they make first contact?
First Contact. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know you're talking about.
Seth Cochran. Yeah, there you
Seth
go.
Cockering.
He's our Seth Cochran, and I think that 100 years from now, when we're out in space exploring, Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, well, Elon Musk specifically, will be the one who will go down in history as getting the humans off this planet instead of sitting down here fighting over invisible lines on the ground, trying to see
For
what-
invisible gods
for
and
invisible
small men.
gods and small men.
small
We
men.
need to be out in space.
Yeah,
And I ain't
How
buying.
tiny you all are.
And and I'm not buying that. Well, we can't send men to space because it's dangerous. Well, you send men
Gives
to
a shit.
You spend you send men to space who have the courage to not care,
Yeah.
I just can't wait.
and then you can stay safe down here and like a little pussy.
So
and let
once-
the men go to or
Well, I mean-
women
people,
with courage.
the man.
yeah, once space
Even
is
if you're
colonized-
gay, if you have courage to get in a rocket and strap that son of a bitch to your ass and go up into space,
Hell yeah.
Fuck
Do
yeah.
it.
Dude, here's my thing. Roll with me. I think these two might get it. So eventually, we're going to have enough space colonies, I'm hoping, in the near future. And there's obviously going to be problems, and there's going to be, like, space crime.
we have the
So-
Space Force.
No.
Space crime.
Fuck that. Privatize it. Okay? We're going to have, no. I said privatize it. That's too much. We're going to have bounty hunters. Right?
Yeah,
that are going to be
man.
referred
Start
to
the
as
Mandalorian.
You're gonna
Corps.
have
They're gonna-
like,
they're gonna be
have, like,
referred to-
Dog the bounty hunters.
they're going
out
to be
there just,
referred to
like,
as cowboys,
Yes.
though.
Well, start
We'll
the
have a ship
start the Mandalorian.
Called the
Corps.
goddamn bebop.
with space mullets.
All right, Davis, you be the first.
Phasers.
You be the first to be that, and you find us a Baby Yoda.
No.
We could have our own. We could have our own.
Han Solo. We have our own.
no, we could have our own Firefly.
Yeah, dude, space piracy.
Yeah, I just want a jazz soundtrack to go and fly around in space and do cool shit and shoot people with a Jericho.
Hey, Congress will have
So we need to
holograms of
resurrect
Mark
Cab
Lee.
Calloway from the dead and have him orbit the planet. Got it.
All right, here's another article I ran across. This is in Global News.
Oh, dude, that's my favorite place.
Global News is a fantastic source for news. It says if you snort cocaine, you're gonna get super high. If you drink bleach, you're gonna get super sick. And if you do either of these things and come in contact with the novel coronavirus, you're still likely to get sick. Health officials are trying to swat down some truly wild tips for avoiding the novel coronavirus on social media, where viral memes and conspiracy theorists are peddling all kinds of cures. One widely circulated rumor shows that cocaine and a breaking news TV banner claiming that it protects against the virus. No, cocaine does not protect against the COVID-19.
False.
How many people
hold
eat
on.
Tide Pods think it's going to protect them from the COVID?
Hold on.
I mean, I haven't got it
This
yet.
comes from the France Health Ministry.
Well, screw them. They're
Okay,
wrong.
what do those frogs know? Okay, listen here. France sucks and should not be a reliable source for anything other than guillotines and like baguettes. But listen.
But the French health said it's an addictive drug that causes serious side effects like
Being awesome.
and is harmful to people's health.
Yeah, okay, France. Didn't you invent chain smoking? Being mimes? Oh, do not snort the cocaine. No, shut up, France. No,
I am
no, no,
stuck
no,
in
no,
that
no.
box.
Okay, listen here. If you're not, yeah. If you're, if you're not, you don't. Here's the methodology in the way it works. If you're not out, snorting people's COVID breath, you're snorting cocaine. Okay, it's either one or the other.
Yep.
So I'm not going to be told by France what I can't put in my body. And yeah, I'm not out here snorting cocaine, so I'm stuck snorting COVID juice outside with people where I could be inside snorting cocaine, working out, probably losing a bunch of weight. But no, apparently I can't because that's illegal.
So, to kind
is
of
bullshit.
what's called tandem off of that.
Yeah, this is coming from the
health.
people that say drink a bunch of red wine and eat clams.
Yeah, that's good for you. My grandparents are like well into their 70s and they drink every single day.
80s.
80s, well into their 80s.
Oh, and Grandpa did a 23-mile bike ride this morning.
Dude's like, I'm not wearing no mask.
We'll have some wine, some cheese.
I go outside in
and
the
some
sun,
clams.
damn it.
Yeah, they said he said they're supposed to stay in Michigan, right? He went fly fishing.
I'm fly fishing. Why? I don't talk to anybody. I don't do anything with
Yeah,
anybody
exactly.
anyway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm not gonna not go fishing.
yeah. My dad went. Yeah, I'm going fly fishing.
I've heard
So-
people who snort a lot of coke live a long time.
There's this on the
Well,
Cosmopolitan.
who's the guy in the Rolling Stones?
Yeah, look at that.
Keith Richards.
Yeah.
We're pretty sure he actually did die in the 80s, but his body just hasn't.
Yeah,
accepted
yeah.
it.
All of them
cocaine.
did.
Yeah.
All the acid and cocaine is just like a capacitor that is just like.
Just keeps you around. It's just, they're
and as long as they get sunlight, they're good to go.
Yeah, he snorted
There
so
you
much
go.
cocaine his hair turned white.
All right, go ahead, Alex.
Sorry. So according to this isn't a corona virus thing, but it's like a health thing that could help. Everybody's talking about like if you get sunlight, you can help beat coronavirus.
Vitamin D.
Vitamin D,
Yeah.
ladies. So does sunning your asshole actually have any health benefits? Actually, it says bennies, but I already said sunbathing your asshole.
Health bennies.
So health bennies.
It gives your asshole suntan.
Anytime you start using slang,
There's a new wellness
This early.
trend you might see on Instagram, and it's called perineum sunning. As in sunning your perineum, or the bit of skin between your genitals and your asshole.
the taint.
The grundle, the taint, the gooch.
Does it also say giving yourself enema in the process as well?
The one part of your body that itches when you're in church.
Maybe it
There's
says
actually like a lot of science, believe it or not. If you go look up testicular tanning beds, you will find them because, like, believe it or not, there's a huge benefit because for your
To sunning
your giblets were actually designed to like see the light of day, but since apparently we can't roll around like savages and just have my junk hanging out.
How do you think Benjamin Franklin discovered the use of electricity?
Yeah.
Right? Dude was naked in his backyard taking an air bath.
He's banging whores and he's out here banging whores and playing with kites.
smoking opium and
Weed and
weed and all sorts of good stuff.
Didn't keep him from getting the syphilis.
yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. Dude invented electricity and
And then he found,
prostitutes.
so there's benefits to
Yeah.
when you're
yeah, look it up. Go and Google it right
dangles.
now. Look up like testicular tanning. You'll be like, you could buy these on Amazon. And
there's
I was-
perineum tanning.
yeah, no, like tanning your stuff, very important. Believe it or not.
It's super important.
Yeah. Like,
Oh, yeah, I have no reason at all.
every
you
once
should
in a while, I just kind of like lay spread
your
eagle
vitamins,
with the
man.
window
You
open.
my taint?
Yeah,
You my
yeah,
grundle?
yeah. You know, because I need the vitamin D. I'm
Can you imagine going to one of those tanning places? You have the grundle option.
I'm just here to
yeah, just my
just here to tan my grundle.
just my taint. Yeah, so like I have to get sunlight.
Get a
so-
little browning on my downing, if you know what I mean.
yeah.
That poor high school kid's gonna be like, what?
He'll be like, hell yeah, bro, we got you.
I just cleaned it off. Go for it.
Yeah, it's good to go, bro. You know, whatever. Fuck the hair. Crop circle that
Sweet
bitch.
UV rays have not been linked to any
Yeah,
specifics. Keep moving it. Specific
Yeah,
testicle problems, which
you know,
is good.
because like I've been telling people about the merits of
Go ask Alice.
genital tanning for years now. That's why, like, you know, every once in a while, if it's a nice day out, just pop open the window, have my box fan open, and just let my junk air out in the breeze while I'm watching TV or playing Xbox. You know, get some air,
Sign crouch.
and on top of that, you know, get some air and some sunlight on it. It's good. It's recommended. Like, I'm not joking. Like, there's
Yeah, you
scientific.
gotta air that thing out every once in a while. Man.
Oh yeah, bro.
Oh, I air it out and powder it every day.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Oh,
Powder.
cake batter. Yeah.
Cake batter.
Yeah, well, that's what it looks like by the time the day is done. And I use the super industrial strength Gold Bond that comes in the blue.
Oh,
in the green one. So it's the extra menthol.
man.
Dude, it's like somebody like smoked a pack of Cools and just blew it on your nuts. And dude, it's like power menthol, and too much actually burns. But once that initial burn is done, you are good to
Do not.
fucking
If,
go.
if you already got some chub rub going on, do not use it
Yeah, because it will
literally
burn. It's a chemical burn. The
Cake batter.
hell yeah.
Make sure you don't get it like inside.
Yeah,
because
you,
like
you
around
got to
the-
be careful.
gotta be
Like,
real careful.
yeah, because like if you get it in and around your butthole and like you fart and there's a little bit of back pressure because you coughed at
Radar's
the same
checking
time.
her cake batter right now.
Yeah, you don't want to get any in there, dude. It's something to behold though. And like you know, you'll just kind of like
So these
waft it.
sweatier days.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Do you
absorb
use
any-
icy hot on your balls too?
No, I didn't. I got a chemical burn.
Dude, my dick feels like a snake.
So in like sophomore year of high school, junior year of high school, these guys put icy hot in my athletic supporter,
Oh, I remember that. I remember that. You were not happy.
and that hurt so bad. Well, what sucked is that like it was dry because it was like the next day that it got into it. So it wasn't like till like halfway through football practice that like it really just started to. I didn't tell anybody because like I don't know. I didn't know what was going on. I honestly looked it up. I had to look it up to see if this was like like a part of puberty. I was like, "Is this no one's ever told me about this? Is this kind of normal?" No, chemical burns on the penis are not normal.
No, click on the very bottom one.
Wow.
It's fucking gold.
The website sucks.
Go back. Go. Yes.
Hymen
What are
replacement
you- what-
surgery.
what do you-
So we are on
Hymen
Go
replacement
Ask
surgery?
Alice,
Oh my
where you
God.
can ask like certain like somebody asked what the proper dosage was for doing heroin.
Columbia University.
Yeah, this is but for Columbia University. Hi, Alice. I was wondering if there was any way that a hymen can be replaced by plastic surgery. I'm not a virgin and will marry an Arab man who will expect his wife to be a virgin during the wedding. I know this must sound a little odd, but I really need your help. Thank you. You're concerned about having to prove your virginity to your partner's family and communities isn't odd. In certain communities, failure to do so may result in being shamed, rejected, ostracized, abused, or even killed.
I thought you said shaved.
Yeah. For those who are unfamiliar, the hymen is a thin membrane around the opening of the vagina. In many communities, it's believed that the hymen will be torn or broken during sex for the first time, and that a torn hymen is an indication that this person has had vaginal sex. In cases where a person may have had vaginal sex in the past but still wants to be seen as a virgin, hymenoplasty, a surgical procedure to repair or treat the hymen may be an option. Wow, that's an actual thing. That said, there are non-surgical options to consider as well. More on those in a bit.
This is like 20 goddamn paragraphs.
Yeah, we're not gonna read all that shit. What other kind of shit do we want to read?
Let's see what fucked up shit people are.
Oh, this is the one that we were on. Let's move to page 4. Lonely boy from Hong Kong.
Yeah, no, don't. That's how you end up dead.
What do you guys?
We're on Go Ask.
As the Windows Defender warning comes up,
Boyfriend has a child. Bisexual? Question mark or in college?
My roommate keeps
Yeah, everybody's bisexual in college.
Husband into porn and masturbation, but not me.
Yeah.
girlfriend broke it off with my stalking. Yeah, probably.
yeah,
Yeah.
Asked,
Yes.
probably are.
This is riveting TV here, since we can't see what your search is.
Why did she break up with me? Here, we can pull it over to that.
There
Why
we
did
go.
she break up with me? If I can get. I don't know what I did wrong. My girlfriend of 1.5 years broke up with me out of the blue. We never fought or argued. I asked her why. She said, I don't know. I asked her what did I do wrong. She said nothing. She was my first ever girlfriend, and I was planning to ask her to marry me. I don't understand what I did wrong. There has to be a reason why she won't tell me.
Okay,
Jesus Christ.
I can
couldn't-
answer this thing. He didn't lick the butthole. That's it.
Hey,
Straight
man,
up
That's
did
a
not.
reason?
Yeah.
buttholes
It's
are like
it's 2020, okay?
D battery.
If
You
you
gotta
ain't-
get down there and
Yeah,
get the butthole.
if you ain't licking a shitter, you're not in a relationship no more.
You're a quitter.
Get
if
the
you
hell
don't
out of
lick
here with
the
that
shitter.
noise.
No, dude.
Like, I mean, because I'm assuming this is like this year that this happened. So yeah, like you're fucking out. Like if you were in a relationship before the butthole licking era, then it probably is maintained. But now it's like you got to do it.
Yeah.
It's it's like
Is
a
that
9
now a
volt.
requirement that you have
Yeah,
to
like
go
if
down there and
it's like a 9.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
got to roll the peanuts around in your teeth?
Yeah,
or what?
Yeah.
I mean, what do you do whenever you get a 9 volt battery? What's the first thing you do?
You lick it.
You put your tongue on it. Exactly.
You know you shouldn't, but you're gonna do
You're
it
gonna
anyway.
do it anyway. Yeah, that's why. Also,
explains why your brain is just so like all over the place. You over here licking 9-volt batteries and getting like whatever
buttholes.
bacteria.
yeah, no, this dude got broken up with because he's a friggin' bitch. It's like,
Speaking
why-
of, what is E. coli?
yeah, E. coli. Yeah, guess what?
Forgot to refrigerate leftovers. Still okay to eat?
Davis.
Fuck yeah, eat that shit,
This is
bitch.
Well, hold on. These are questions that are being asked.
Yeah, by college students,
By college students to a college
allegedly,
website.
because
The
of
only food that you can
Republicans.
leave out overnight without refrigeration is pizza.
is all of it.
You're really supposed to refrigerate that. Once the cheese gets like a clear color, you're not supposed to eat it.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Refrigerate your pizza.
But
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the next day's fine.
yeah, depending on
Yeah,
the
like,
humidity
you got-
and
Throw
the
it,
heat.
again, you throw it in the toaster.
You got
oven.
about 2 to 3
Kill all the-
days
kill
worth
all the
of.
bacteria.
Hey, Mike, is drinking cold water harmful?
Mind you, these are college students who are asking this.
These are college students.
But also-
Drinking well, if you drink really cold water,
It's fucking.
it's
awesome.
not. It tastes good, but to hydrate, you want to drink water that's room temperature, or at least a temperature a little higher than your body, or a little lower than your body temperature.
Yeah, but like that's dumb.
I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Medically, you want the water to be about
Well-
the same temperature as you.
Medically, you got to do the
But if you
emergency
drink
way.
really cold water, your body
Yeah.
wastes energy adjusting it. Shut
Yeah.
the hell up.
All I'm hearing is, I like room temperature water. Me. Cold water is where it's at. Like if that shit needs to be like fresh off a
Right.
glacier.
Fuck this Poindexter bullshit. Let's
Yeah.
go back to the conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you
Oh,
looking
dude.
up over there?
People talk about.
Idiocracy has left the fiction section. It's now found in current events. Oh my God.
I don't want to hear about
Bumps.
questions from.
I'm only 14 and I'm going through puberty, so I want to know if pubic hair grows onto the penis or just stays on the bottom. What?
Why are we talking about puberty and?
I'm a 20-year-old male.
That
with
has
a
nothing to
question
do
seems
with.
like
That has
more.
nothing to do with.
I've had many bumps, small lumps under my skin.
Go wash your
covering the underside
hands.
Shaft of,
That's the problem. You
right.
didn't wash
Stop!
your hands.
Stop with all that stuff now. I don't want to hear about 14-year-old boys getting pubic hair.
no, it's a question about small bumps. It's a legitimate question. It's not like a Michael Jackson question.
Just pop the zits and move on. That's what I.
That's
do.
what Patrick does.
It's just a segue into the mystery drink.
Yeah, who brought the mystery drink this week?
I don't think anybody did.
Matt didn't bring it.
God damn it!
Davis brought some mystery food.
Coronavirus conspiracy theories. Look for a video.
I buy you fly. Mr. Drink. Get something nasty. Here. Here, that's been in a G string. That's good stuff for.
And he sniffs it.
Leland, do you think that there's a link between 5G and coronavirus?
Frequency one is probably not
I don't want to go with you.
terrible for you, I guess. I don't know. I mean, you're talking about someone who, the higher you're up in the atmosphere, the more exposed to radiation anyways. And do you see a bunch of pilots getting cancer because they're being exposed to radiation all the time?
So you're saying 5G can give you radiation?
5G is radiation, but is it as bad as a lot of the conspiracy theorists think it is?
Do you think it's triggering the COVID virus?
I don't think it's triggering the COVID virus. What I will want to find is of interest is that all these people that are wearing Apple Watches, are they getting cancer in their wrist? That would be an interesting study to partake.
Well,
But
we can look that up.
what are you talking about, Buc-ee's? Buc-ee's has got amazing bathrooms.
Yeah, but we can't drive all the way to Buc-ee's and be back before the show ends.
Yeah.
Apple Watch radiation health concerns.
Hey, just go get a drink, man. If you take Patty with you, you're going to be there for the rest of the show, and we're not going to see you. Let him go take a dump. Go get the drink. Should have thought about it. Let's be honest. How often do you think the harm of technology can do to you as we become increasingly dependent on new technology to complete daily tasks? It can be. I can't read. It's easy to overlook some potentially dangerous side effects. Recently, concerns have been made over the popular Apple Watch series. Specifically, some have raised the idea that the radiation emitted from Apple Watches can prove detrimental to users.
Shit. 70 cases of COVID-19 at French schools days after the reopening. Oops.
Yeah, but they're not going to die.
No.
No, but
It's the French. They're probably all they're more intimate than we are as a society in general.
that's fair.
So there is a concern about it, but so far, according to EMFadvice.com, there's nothing proven. But of course, everybody was supposed to get cancer in the brain from cell phones back in the 90s, so there's that.
And Wi-Fi and everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lady at a Michigan protest. I think it was in Michigan, but she had said that like her kids are allergic to 5G and Wi-Fi, and that's why that they're in the car while she was speaking at the event. I was just like,
Allergic to Wi-Fi and 5G?
yeah. was like, okay.
Well, let's look it up. Are people?
Well, there's certain people that are more
Shit.
susceptible to radio frequencies than others, but
There's Chinese workers at a company in Israel have been forced to agree not to have sex with or marry Israelis as a condition of getting a job. According to a contract they are required to sign, male workers may not have any contact with Israeli women, including prostitutes, a police spokesman, Rafi had said. And that was on The Guardian.
so prostitution's legal in Israel apparently.
Yeah, it is. It's legal pretty much everywhere in the world except the United States. Wi-Fi allergies. This is from livescience.com. Electromagnetic hypersensitivity, is it real? For some time now, people with unexplained and reoccurring headaches, dizziness, and skin irritation have been blaming their often severe discomfort on sensitivity to electromagnetic field sources, a condition sometimes called electromagnetic hypersensitivity, or EHS. For those of you who watch Better Call Saul, his brother, this is what his brother on the show, the
Yeah.
character on the show, had, where he could not be around any form of electricity. That's why his house was dark. The electricity was cut off. He used gas. He covered everything in
Faraday cages, like
tinfoil.
tinfoil.
Yeah,
and,
tinfoil
yeah.
and metal sheets, and that's what he had.
Didn't
Where
he end up burning down his house in the show?
Yeah, he died. Spoiler. In a recent case, the family of a 15-year-old girl in the United Kingdom, of course it's Europe, who died by suicide, said the girl had suffered from an allergy to Wi-Fi signals. The signals at her school made her nauseated, gave her blinding headaches, and made it difficult for her to concentrate. The teen's mother said in a UK court on November 19th, according to the news story about the case to the UK newspaper The Daily Mirror, which is absolutely the epitome of journalistic integrity, right there with the National Enquirer.
Well, it's not. I mean, the fact is that we're being bombarded by satellites all the time and everywhere with
So-
GPS. I mean,
so-
and are people complaining about that?
So,
Yeah, I don't know.
made her nauseated, gave her blinding headaches, and made it difficult for her to concentrate, kind of like a hangover.
Are these the same people that said that we faked the moon landing?
Is that live science? I don't know.
No, I meant the same type of people.
It's a tabloid. It's like the Daily Globe, the Daily Mail.
The Earth's flat, and we never went to the moon, and it was faked
Yeah.
by Stanley
Yeah,
Kubrick and all that crap.
People are actually filing for disability. Well, this show came to a screeching halt.
Sorry, I'm.
Hey, even Radar fell asleep over there. So
That's okay. We only got like 3 listeners anyway.
Yeah, those listeners are important.
Those listeners are important. Listeners, if you would like to chime in, please do with any stories that you might want us to investigate and read.
I'd have that thing up of rain on 4th. That post.
This one?
No, I was talking about Mike.
Do what?
Oh, that they had that post up on rain on 4th.
Oh, Rain says they're not going to open until COVID is cured, so they'll be out of business in
Yeah.
another month.
Rain. Oh, and fourth?
Yeah.
No. Rustic Tap is opening up, but they're like an indoor, like
Well,
places that have patios and stuff like that. are opening.
Friday, 6th Street was open, and I went down there. Actually, I got an assignment from Stringer
Nice.
and went down there and did an interview before it started pissing rain. And they were taking the boards off all the bars and stuff like that.
Oh, that's exciting.
And you can bring it in here. No. I got the cups in here. Don't use glasses. I got the cups in here.
Then he has to wash them like a human being.
I will say this: it was weird going down the 6th Street while everything was boarded up and abandoned. A friend of mine is into photography. He actually has one of those Sony mirrorless cameras, and so I accompanied him down to 6th Street. It was eerie.
Yeah, it's
You could
pretty
shoot-
weird.
You could shoot a cannon off, and the
bet
bums
you
are pretty
can.
much taken over.
I already know what that is, man.
Is that Mickey's?
No,
Old English?
that's the MD.
Oh man, no, I'm not.
I'll drink it.
I'll drink it.
I already know what it is. Here, put it in this one. This one's clean.
It looks like Romulan ale.
It is Romulan ale.
Oh my God. Here's what it looks like. It's blue, bluish green. Kind of looks like Powerade.
That's what the mystery drink looks like.
The year to be drinking one of these.
Yeah. So mystery drink time. That's what it looks like.
It's sweet.
I already know what it is. Here you go.
Cheers.
I haven't had this since the army.
Really? It's been that fucking long?
It's actually not bad. It's actually not bad at all.
Oh my God.
Tastes like alcoholic Powerade.
Holy cow, did you bring the stench with you?
Dude, I dropped a fucking log.
You didn't close the door, did you?
You didn't close the door or turn the fan on.
You know, well, first of all, the fans pump air into the
No,
bathroom.
they suck it out.
They suck it out.
They blow it into the attic.
Yeah, it sucks it out.
Sucks it out.
I thought you just drink it out of the bottle, Patty.
That's how you're supposed to drink this. Leland, do you know what this is?
Go ahead.
Hey, look,
You can say it.
Not bad. No, I don't know what it is.
You don't know what it is?
No.
I know exactly what it is.
We're the biggest brains in the room right now.
You got to
It's
drive.
got a
so
very
slow down there.
alcoholic aftertaste.
Here,
What is it?
I'll give you a hint.
This
It's
is
here to drink it.
this is the wine that is 90% alcohol and 95% sugar.
If I hand this to David,
Oh, so this is the worst thing to drink if you're on
pretty
keto.
much
Oh yeah.
this year.
This is like the most anti-keto drink you could ever drink.
It's like it's full of sugar and alcohol, which will be metabolized into more sugar if you have diabetes. Viewer, drink at your own discretion and your own risk.
2020.
Mad Dog 2020.
Mad Dog 2020.
Was this Crystal River? What is this?
What is it?
Watch, it's not even Mad Dog.
It is them.
No, it's
it
Mad
is
Dog.
Mad Dog.
I knew it was
Blue
Mad Dog as soon as you
raspberry.
walk in. Blue raspberry.
And it says bling bling on the.
It is Romulan ale.
Romulan ale, right there.
It's freaking tasty. You guys can drink the rest of it. Wait, but you met the Mad Dog.
Hey, you're driving.
I can have a couple more sips. Jeez, Dad. I ate before I came here.
No, you didn't. You just dropped it all in the toilet.
No, that was this morning. What?
I would have more, except for I'm actually.
No, hey,
Flying
stop trying to
over.
talk yourself out of it. Put the bottle down. Good Lord, man. You're going to be sleeping on the couch with radar.
While
Mad Dog 2020,
Looks
today's
delicious.
mystery drink. If you guys want us to have a mystery drink, let us know what it is, or send a DM to myself or any of the cast and crew on Facebook, and we will pick it up and we will test it here on the show.
what is the BAC on that thing? 13% alcohol. Oh, that's not terrible.
Not BAC, that's blood alcohol content. That's inside you.
Well, it's probably.
So we got any more articles?
Well, Leland's hammered.
I just had one, whatever the hell that was.
I don't want it.
You were just saying it was.
You were the one who swigged it out. Just,
I'll take it.
Oh, you're gonna drink it?
yeah.
It's gonna be in there by next week.
Well,
Trump claimed that he's been taking
hydrochloroquine.
Yeah.
hydrochloroquine,
So he's been taking it?
like microdosing. it, or-
Hydroxychloroquine.
Hey, you've taken that before. Why don't you tell us about it, Mike?
Yeah, it fucking sucks. Malaria drugs suck. Dengue drugs suck. Pro tip: don't take them unless you have to.
So don't take them to. Would you take them to prevent it or to cure it?
Both.
Really? You
Yeah.
take it to prevent it?
Yeah, it helps. Like at least with like malaria and stuff, and that kind of stuff. Do you know what also really helps? Tonic, like tonic water.
Yeah.
Tonic
because
water?
of the quinine in it. So it's
Yeah.
actually used for fighting
heard
the
that.
protozoa that causes malaria, which is one of the original uses. And they're like, this shit tastes like ass. I have an idea. Mix it with booze.
Let's mix it with a drink that also tastes like ass.
Yeah, and then we'll
And the
garnish.
miserable people can drink
And then
it.
we'll get drunk and go tan our ass.
And then after that, we'll invade countries. Yeah.
All right, Mike, turn on my.
No. Yeah, it's fucking awesome. Because, like, whatever. Cowboy Bebop live action season 1 release date.
God damn
Who's
it,
in
Davis,
the
we're
cast?
talking
Plot
about
trailer.
something
How
else,
did
piece of
previous
shit.
season end?
So wait.
Weebs everywhere unite. Netflix, do not fuck this up.
So wait, have they said if
is Cowboy
what's his
Bebop?
name? It's like one of the
One of
greatest
the, probably
anime.
one
Oh,
of the
it's
best
anime,
ever.
okay.
Yeah, but like one of the best ones like ever made ever.
Yeah, it's got sweet
on
jazz
Netflix?
music. No, it's on Hulu.
Is that Hulu?
And Funimation.
Yeah, it's badass.
Funimation.
Have they
Bucks.
said if what's his name is back to normal?
Lupin
It's
the
basically
Third,
just
they're
about
cool.
like a bunch of bounty hunters going out and catching people and trying to make money, and they never seem to end up making money. There's like a little kid, and you don't know if it's a girl or a boy. There's
That's
a corgi.
100% a girl, Ed.
There's like this hot chick that was like is like 71 years old, but she was like frozen in like cryogenic whatever
Yeah.
and like other stuff. It's a good show.
This is going to be badass. Netflix, if you fuck this up, I will.
Did they wait? When's it being released?
I don't know. This literally just dropped. This was like fresh news.
Well, what does it say?
I don't know.
You're the one
Let me
reading
fucking
the
read, you
post.
dickhead. God.
What a
I'm trying to
dildo
read
cabinet.
stuff, and you're like, hold on, let me.
Hold on. All right, let's
Oh, here's some news from Yahoo. He thought the coronavirus was a hoax until he caught it.
I
This
saw
was
that
sent-
while I was on the John.
This was sent by our friend Steve Quackenbush, who seems to think that I'm an idiot.
Maybe a little bit.
A Florida man, of course he's from Florida, who thought that the coronavirus was a fake crisis, has changed his mind after he and his wife contracted COVID. He is grossly overweight, probably has the beaties.
It looks like his bad
Ryan
hair plugs.
Hitchison is a rideshare driver who lives in Jupiter, downplayed the seriousness of the coronavirus in Facebook posts in March and April. I'm honoring what our government says to do during this epidemic, but I do not fear the virus because I know that God is bigger than this virus and will ever be, he wrote in a post on April 2nd. Jesus is the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. In mid-April, Hitchens, 46, began documenting his and his wife's health on Facebook. Been home sick for over a week. Both my wife are sick. April 18th, I have got no energy and all I want to do is sleep. That sounds like a normal day for me, so I don't... There have been at least 46,000 cases of coronavirus in Florida with 1,900 deaths.
Womp. I'm hungry.
Same here.
Looking back, I should have worn a mask in the beginning, but I didn't, and perhaps I'm paying the price for this. The only reason why Quackenbush posted this on the show group was because I'm basically saying what this guy was saying. And if I catch it and get sick, then I'll catch it and get sick. But It doesn't say if he has pre-existing health conditions, though.
Well, if he's grossly overweight.
Yeah, and I'm currently on a health kick, and I'm running and outside, and
I
Yeah,
went
it doesn't
running
look like that
today.
guy has that much of a tan now, does he?
Going out and running today made me realize that I'm super out of shape. I was able to run like 2 miles, and that was it.
that was it.
That was
Yeah.
it.
That's more than most people. You realize
I
that,
usually do
Patty.
about a mile and a half of fast walking, and I've mixed some jogging into it since I've lost the weight. I'm off the fasting because I've stopped
food
at
is delicious.
305. Well, I stopped at 305, and now what I'm finding out is that when I'm working on a car or when I'm doing push-ups and sit-ups, my muscles are. It's not the pain from working out. It's like I'm straining them, so they're losing. Well, no, that's sore. I get sore. I get that. It's a different type. It's like I lifted my couch about 4 months ago when I was in the middle of doing this. It's still it's still
God.
sore.
Yeah. Can you not?
It's
We're
still
trying to
sore.
do a show
So-
here.
So I started reading it, and if you don't, if the bad thing about a keto diet is it's not a diet you can do for the rest of your life. You eventually have to start eating a balanced fruits and vegetables and vitamins and roughage and fiber and everything else, and exercise.
Which is pretty much like everything that's not just like super packed with carbs
Yeah,
from
well,
sugar
and watch your
and-
sugar
and-
intake and alcohol intake.
and
But
carb intake, like not eating a shit ton of fried foods all the time.
but you can have fried foods now. But now that I'm small enough where I can run and walk and not blow my knees out because I'm not morbidly obese, I'm just obese. I'm slowly introducing, regular foods, breads, and other stuff
What am I looking
back into my diet. So,
at? Possible side effects of hydroxy chloroquine.
unable to read teleprompter.
Literally, like, one of the biggest things is diarrhea. You will definitely get. Yeah, no, hydrochloroquine like fucks you up. Yeah,
So
like,
before you decided to go on your Weebsburg moment, the president had said that he had been taking hydrochloroquine for the past.
Yeah.
Yeah, what Leland just said.
hydroxychloroquine.
Yeah.
Why?
For the past few weeks.
I
or
wonder,
a couple weeks.
dude. He's probably been shitting his brains out. I guarantee it. I bet you diarrhea is listed on there. Bet you $5. Is diarrhea listed as a side effect?
Diarrhea.
And let's throw it up with like general GI tract because literally like, so hydrochloroquine, like your pee's gonna be
Adjust
weird
the
and
radar
fucked up, right? You're gonna get diarrhea. You're gonna have stomach cramps. It's like worse than getting malaria is like the treatment for it.
Trouble with breathing, speaking, swallowing, uncontrolled twisting, movements of the neck, trunks, arms, legs,
Dark urine. Yup.
fast pounding, uneven
Stomach pain.
heartbeat,
Swollen or painful
noisy breathing.
glands.
What the fuck? And this is on drugs.com, so I don't know.
Yeah, no, hydrochloroquine sucks. Yellow eyes or skin. He's orange, so he's definitely been taking plenty of that for a minute. Symptoms of overdose: dry mouth.
Drowsiness, dry mouth, increased thirst, loss of appetite, mood changes.
No pulse or blood pressure. That means you're dead. Signs of overdose: you die. Unconsciousness after no pulse or blood pressure.
So as somebody who's pretty versed in the medical bullshit,
Don't go and take this.
is it healthy for him to be taking this preemptively on
I
a
mean,
regular basis?
If he's gonna try to not get malaria, yeah. Like, I don't blame him. Like, if it works for him, it works for him. Like, it's not
fair.
super horrible for you. It's just horrible for you. But at the same time, like, a lot of drugs are like that. Like, prescription drugs as a whole. They're designed to kill something inside of you.
yeah.
And,
It's going to take a lot of collateral damage around it.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's mostly
You're gonna
the...
survive malaria, but you're gonna feel like shit.
Yeah, like, most of the stuff that, like,
Well,
you get here, it's like you come back out of it like a champion.
Well, that's
You
all. That's all chemotherapy is they're pumping poison in to kill the.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or drinking all the
radiation,
time.
right?
Yeah. you know, same thing. You got to kill stuff inside you. Got to drink the booze. You know, it's all the same concept. It's not good for you, but it's
Not
not
really.
bad.
Gotta kill the
Yeah.
saddies.
Yeah, got a case of the sadness. Well, better go buy a case of beer and probably some MD 2020. Okay, I'm never drinking that shit again because that's like the first time I bought that since like high school, and I immediately regret putting even trace amounts of it in my body. That was bad, and
I still remember the first time that I ever had Mad Dog 2020, and we were out at the farm, and some random people of like a friend, like some friends of ours showed up, and yeah, it was like a friend of like just some random person, and they brought booze, and one of them happened to be the fruit punch Mad Dog 2020, still unopened, and then they left it there, and I was like, oh, free booze.
I don't think it's
I'm
bad.
only like 20. Yeah, I'll drink that. And then I drank the whole thing, and it was awful. Davis was like, yeah, Patty, yeah, you probably shouldn't drink that whole thing. And I'm like, dude, this tastes like fruit punch. I'm going to keep drinking it. And Davis is just over here with like his watch. He's like, hey, guys, in like 30 minutes, shit's about
What's
to
up,
go
Dispatcher
down.
Mama?
And it's going to be
We're live
hilarious.
at TheRadioManCave.com if you'd like to see the whole show. If you're joining us here on
So did you throw up
TikTok,
over
we'll be
yourself?
on for
Have to
about
have
another
you-
10
I don't
minutes.
remember. I punched a barn and broke my hand.
Wait a second. Patty, were you the one that was the whole 60 incident that vomited over the side of your car? Or was that...
I've done that many times.
No, I did not vomit in the car. I vomited in my front
yeah,
yard.
there's been plenty of people to vomit on Patrick's car. Oh, the worst one is there's a time he coated the side of my Explorer, and this really pissed me off. So we're driving home, and we had some girls with us at the time. And this is when I used to drive, and then I was like, this specific moment was like, fuck you, I'm not driving anymore. So we're on our way on 79 driving, right? And like we didn't even go, like it was like a little house party, and I was like, hey, I'll drive. I have work tomorrow, whatever. This is when I worked over at Home Depot. And Patty gets the spins and the pukies, and at the time all my windows worked, and he's in the front seat, and he opens up the window and vomits all over the side of my car when we're doing like 60 down the highway. And like he had the decency. He had it. No, shut up. So he has the decency. He throws up and it like goes out the window because instead of hanging his head out the window, he just turns his head. So it sprayed out the window and some of it went back. The girl behind him got puke on her, had to roll down her window. Those half windows, they only roll down halfway. So she's hanging her head as Patrick's throwing up, getting thrown up on, and also still throwing up. It was horrible. And then I was like, hey, somebody's got to clean this shit up. And like the next day, Patty like gives me a call at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And he's like, hey man, I'm gonna swing by and clean up your car, bro. It dried all over my poor Explorer and it was on the inside. And he just took my scary keys and he made it right.
Yeah. I'm
Homegirl-
just saying.
Homegirl who also threw up. helped
You
kinda
thought you
pitch
were
in.
you were a bad cock block?
That
Yeah, I was
sucked.
kind of a bad cock block.
That was
there,
not
I
cool.
threw up on.
Because one of the girls I was trying to, no, she had to go home, take her friend, and take care of her. And I'm
'Cause
over
I
here
threw
left
up
with
on
a
her.
vomit-covered car, furious. I was,
Yep.
yeah, and after that, I was like, I'm not driving anymore.
And now I
You
have
guys
to
do
drive
this.
Davis everywhere.
And it's perfect because I have not thrown up in your car.
True.
And neither,
Patty,
and
how much
neither
do you
have I.
weigh?
Like 69 pounds. Something like that. I
That's-
weigh 160.
That's part of the problem. Patty, you need to gain about 40 pounds.
Fuck that.
You'll be able to hold your liquor better.
Yeah, I don't want to be 200 pounds. That sounds awful.
I'm 200 pounds.
Yeah, but I don't want to be 200 pounds. Maybe I want to be back to like 150. That'll be good. Because you also have to think, I have like no muscle mass like whatsoever. What is this?
Did a vaccine experiment on U.S. soldiers cause the Spanish flu?
Wouldn't it be
Possibly.
the U.S. flu then?
The Spanish flu started like in Thailand also. So there's, I don't know why they call it the Spanish flu. And if you look at like a good portion of the
So
deaths
should it
from
just be
Spanish
the
flu
typhoon?
were attributed to infections after they recovered from the flu. They're like, yeah, by the way, you got meningitis too. Spanish flu killed you. Like the Spanish flu deaths are like,
They're inflated like everything else.
yeah. Well, I mean, technically, so It's a secondary, like the Spanish flu was a main contributing factor because they died of stuff that could have been like, if you were totally healthy, you would have been just fine. But like you'd get the Spanish flu, your immune system
So
would be
kind of
tanked.
like what's going on here.
Yeah, exactly. Then you get
Whataburger sounds so good right now.
yeah, it's
Or the flu or any other virus. Yeah.
yeah, like HPV.
Yeah, it says
If you look at the CDC numbers, it's
estimated
about
90
30,000 less than what's being reported in the news of who died from COVID.
Was it really?
Yeah, it's they're only reporting 60,000. 80,000 people died of pneumonia.
Dude, I had heard that Kumo back in March ordered the nursing homes in New York to accept
Which is completely fucked up that he did that.
COVID-19.
That's those are so the one group of people that
dickhead right now.
that's the one group of people
And then,
that
then he's on TV every day for about an hour and a half talking about
ventilators.
ventilators and all this other bullshit that he didn't need.
And it's like the one group of people that actually is susceptible to COVID. He fucked up the ass pretty much. I mean,
I don't
Damn.
you can say that on the radio.
Wow.
You can't say that kind of stuff on YouTube.
You can't be talking about.
Hey, you know what? This show stops at the taint.
You
Yeah.
can't talk about effing in the B, bro. That
Yeah,
is-
you
Jesus
you
Christ.
cannot talk about effing old people in the A. That is unacceptable.
FYI.
Ow.
FYI.
Yeah, that is not cool.
You can't say
Those poor old
FYI.
people have colostomy bags, for God's sakes, and you're over here talking about effing them in the A. That's,
What's a colostomy bag?
oh, it's when
Isn't that what
you-
they poop in?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm talking about Cuomo, not me.
Damn, we
and-
still have like 30 minutes of airtime.
No, we got about. No, we're an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Got about 10.
But yeah,
10
was
minutes?
it tens? Like, was it half the deaths in New York State are because of the?
So next week we have some footage of Sky Marshall's adventure with a guy that he met on the internet.
Kinky.
Yeah,
Just make sure we get the safe for work version.
it is a safe for work version.
Okay, good.
Hopefully,
Hopefully.
Out there perineum tanning where flying.
is this segment going to be called Skyjacked?
hey, yeah, I got 4 hours of my logbook, so there you go.
When are you gonna grow a sweet captain mustache? And a shaft. You're gonna grow a sweet captain. You can't let this guy fucking rock it. Look at him. Look, Versace sunglasses.
Yeah, baby.
You should do it.
Anyway, next week we'll have the Sky Marshall's brush with hijacking. Because he's got some footage of that, right?
I do have some footage of that.
So we'll have some footage of that, and plus another.
You wanna,
Do I got Boogs?
no, do you want to kind of elaborate on that? You're just gonna leave it off at Leland hijacking a plane.
I'm not
We're
hijacking a
find
plane.
out till next week.
Yeah, that's how we get
Like he's not gonna get banned from now and then.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. You're the one that said it.
You know, he's gonna have footage of his flight with a guy that he met on the internet.
There you go.
FAA question. What is the rules for and what is not the future farmers of America?
I don't know.
No. My question FAA, what is the rules for flying and jacking it? Is that like illegal
It's
or
frowned upon.
Like is it cool? Like if it's my if
You're
it's
only
like my own
supposed to
airplane-
use one joystick, sir.
Yeah, I mean
It's frowned upon, like masturbating on an airplane.
well yeah, but like it's your own airplane, so like who cares?
Well, then, yeah, as long as nobody.
Hey, control tower. I'm rocking a stiff one right now, and they're like,
I got a
ah,
question.
sweet, bro.
Do you just like find somebody that owns the plane and like they let you fly it, or like can you rent out planes?
Oh, yeah, I could rent out planes, but
Oh, nice.
what I did is that I frequent the pilot forums a lot on Facebook, and there's a lot of people out there that are looking for safety pilots.
Okay.
And so it's the kind of thing okay, cool. Let's I sit in the right seat, make sure that they don't fly into anything because they're wearing these things called foggles, which basically blind their vision other than from the instrument panel, and I get to log the time.
Okay. All right.
So
like
I'm just-
they knew like a co-captain kind of thing or co-pilot.
Co-PIC. It's a way for people that practice instrument approaches mainly, whether they're about ready to take a check ride to get their instrument rating, or you have to do 6 approaches and a hold within a 6-month period, then you get a grace period in order to keep your instrument rating. So if you know people that have planes or rent planes or whatnot, and they need safety pilots, oftentimes they just say, hey, just sit there and sit in the right seat, and you can log the hours. I'm like, cool.
That's neat.
Yeah.
I was wondering about that because you know what Toro is, right? It's like
No, yeah, where you can rent other people's exotic cars.
I was thinking.
Yeah, I mean,
just
if
between you and me.
it saves the expense of renting a plane, yeah, I mean, it's,
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Is like, you know, if this stays between you and me, so nobody can else hear it, we start an app called Arrow, and it's like Turo, and I don't think these guys are listening.
It's called local flying clubs that already exist.
Yeah, screw that. We're gonna make money off this.
do you know,
An app.
hey,
Because there's an
Alex,
abundance of pilots
Alex,
out
do you
there.
know how to make a small fortune with aircraft? You start with a big fortune.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say something like run drugs for the CIA or something.
Oh no, but
I was like,
I need to probably gain another 100 pounds to be another Barry
So anyway,
Seal.
next week we'll have that footage of his brush with death. We'll have some more information. We'll have some more, hopefully more stories,
Yeah, that'd
fake
be neat.
stories, because those were kind of fun. Radar Cam will be back. Also, we're going to have some creators' content for some short movies that have been made during this virus, and also some footage that I took downtown prior to opening up, and we're going to have those to share. So we will see you next week. Thank you so much for stopping by, and yeah, too bad Chuck didn't call in. He probably would have better. He just said, I'm not gonna.
Great job, team. Head back to